border. Mainstream fake news media hates this story. Here to react to that and many other things, we're going to bring in Congressman Steve Scalise, a Republican from Louisiana, House Majority Whip. Congressman, thanks for being here. Really appreciate your time. So immigration, big topic, lots of noise out there. Republicans have been attempting to pass a bill to address a lot of the issues. Where are we on the prospects of a bill coming out of the House?
Well, first, good morning. Great to be with you.
Good morning.
And we had one bill this past week. We've got another bill we're going to be bringing next week. And I think what you're seeing in both of these bills is a serious effort by Republicans in the House to actually secure America's border, to address all of the four pillars, as they're called, that President Trump laid out, to bring President Trump a bill that funds the wall, secures the borders, closes so many of the loopholes that Homeland Secretary Nielsen and others have pointed out that make America less safe, close those loopholes, and solve the DACA problem, while also making sure that parents and families, parents and kids are united. Those bills, by the way, received not one Democrat vote. And that I think, shows you the real challenge.
But you also
Republicans are working to solve this from a number of ways.
You have Republicans in charge of the House. You could also say they have an opportunity here, and they can't get enough votes even in their own party. You've had two bills being proposed, and we still don't know if you'll get enough votes for this more moderate bill. So couldn't you also say Republicans are just as much to blame for not making real progress on immigration?
Well, and I wouldn't call it a moderate bill, because actually the second bill is even more conservative in terms of front-loading and guaranteeing that the money, the $25 billion, the full amount for the wall, is fully funded. That was a key component of this next bill we're going to vote on next week. But regardless, you could surely make that point. But again, if you look at our Republican conference, we've got members that come from immigration in many different ways. There are many different ways we want to try to fix this problem. And we can't always come to the same agreement on how to do that. But at least we have multiple ways that we're voting yes to solve the problem. Not one Democrat has voted yes on any of these solutions. Yeah. So, we're going to keep trying to get it done.
Will you have the votes,
Democrats want to walk away from this table.
Will you have the votes next week?
Right now, we're not there. There's a lot of work being done over the weekend by every different faction within our conference on the Republican side, from our most conservative members all the way across the spectrum, trying to find a way that we can come together.
All right, Congressman, but last try on that one. I mean, I hear what you're saying about Democrats, but as Abby said, look, you've got the majority in the House. You should have the votes to get this done. And if you're a conservative voter watching today, thinking about the midterms that are coming up, there's going to be some people deflated that you promised the voters again and again, we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. Didn't get it done. On tax cuts, we're going to talk about that. Tough road, but you did get that done. Now, illegal immigration. The president got elected in large part, and so did Republicans in the House and Senate, on cracking down on illegal immigration. You got the tax cuts done, sir, but you're not getting immigration done.
Well, and again, those are all valid claims. We did fund over 100 miles of new border wall money this year. President Trump's actually bragged about the fact that he is building some wall. We want to get him the full amount. There's going to be another vote opportunity next week, so let's not give up hope yet. But ultimately, we're going to keep working at this. If you talk about Obamacare, the House did pass by one vote a bill to fully repeal and replace Obamacare. That bill failed by one vote in the Senate. The good news is, in November, there are a lot of elections where Democrats who voted no are on the ballot, and there are good Republicans who will vote yes on that. We only need one more. Let's go and find a few more Senate seats and come back at it again next year.
Congressman, we are 6 months from, as Ed mentioned, the passage of the tax reform bill. You're going to go to voters with that win. What is your message and takeaway 6 months later?
Well, first of all, it was historic. We did come together and pass it. It was not easy. It's the first time we've overhauled the tax code in over 30 years. And we simplified it in a way, too, where over 90% of American families will actually be able to do their taxes on a postcard. But if you look at the economic success, I mean, geez, every single state is receiving benefits. Families across the spectrum are receiving benefits. If you look right now, there's three ways that you're benefiting as a hardworking taxpayer. You're getting more money back in your pocket because we lowered every single tax rate. In most cases, businesses are actually giving their workers more pay in the terms of whether it's a bonus or a pay raise. And now you're seeing in almost every state, electricity companies are lowering your electricity rates. There's benefits all across the board, and it's going to only get better.
Now, Congressman, one last question. We've got a Fox News alert. We want to get your reaction to this. We want to let our viewers know. We've just learned that Republican congressional candidate Katie Arrington was seriously injured in a car accident. She is currently in a hospital, but we're told she's out of surgery. She's recovering from her injuries. She and her friend were seriously injured in a deadly wreck. Apparently, someone, at least one other person, did die in Charleston County late Friday night. Authorities say Arrington, who you'll remember, she's involved in this accident. She defeated, of course, Congressman Mark Sanford in the Republican primary for South Carolina, that House race. The driver was driving the wrong way and died at the scene. Sorry to do this, but I understand you just heard about this before coming on the air. What do you know about what happened, and what do you know about the candidate's condition?
I do know about it. It's horrible news. My prayers are with Kate.